Hey everybody, so here we are. Metropolitan Water District just put out a notice that there's a drought emergency for Southern California. Use as little water as possible. I know we can't use no water, but every living thing needs water, so we're actually going to show you that if you want to take out your grass, which sucks up a lot of water, and you want to do drought tolerant landscaping, boy, this is a perfect video for you. A lot of people are actually doing taking out the grass, and then they're putting gravel, and the problem with that is that gravel and rocks, they actually suck in the heat, and then they make your house very, very warm. So what we're doing here is we're actually putting in a landscape for the pollinators that'll actually look attractive, but it's actually got a going to be aesthetically beautiful and use very little water once it's established. So I'll walk you through some of the features we have here. So for example, we did come through here, pulled all the grass out, we did some soil amending, and then right now we got it planted this morning and we're doing the drip irrigation. These are California natives. Try to do natives as many as possible because natives are what our native pollinators eat. So these are called erigeron. See the seaside daisies? Those are California natives. Also, this is eriogonum or buckwheat. This is the rubra. It's got a really loaded with red flowers on it. And here's a plant. It's drought tolerant. It's called the Caliandra plant. This is an Australian grass. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's called Lamandra breeze. You never have to mow it or cut it or anything. It's just stays there and beautiful. And this is drip irrigation done right. So this drip irrigation, this is the Rainbird Copper Shield drip, and you want to put it about every 12 inches. You can see how they did a nice job putting the tees there, and then through the rest of the landscape, it's actually about every foot or so. And because there's no plants next to the sidewalk, they didn't feel the need to put an extra line there. So over here, the whole goal in the landscape of a landscaper is to slow the water down, because what happens is if water hits the roof, it takes all the brake dust and all the pollutants with it, and then it takes it out in the ocean. Right now we're in Manhattan Beach, California. So the job in a landscape is to slow the water down. And so these rocks will certainly do that. They look attractive, and we haven't done the drip here yet, but that's coming shortly. We have another downspout, and we're gonna be able to get that, get the water slowed down here. And we'll put bark at the bottom here. Over here, we have more of the Lamandra grasses. The particular type of grass this is the Lamandra breeze. There it is, in case you like it for your place. If you're in the hot southwest of the United States, this is what you want to be using. And what we're going to do here is the drip irrigation we're going to do. It's going to we use the Rainbird Copper Shield drip, 0.6 gallon per hour for every 12-inch emitter. The emitters, what this stuff looks like, the water comes out of this tiny little hole here, and every 12 inches it comes out. There's the Rainbird, and it's got the 0.6 gallon per hour, 12-inch spacing. We buy it in the 500-foot lengths. You're going to need a few rolls of that if you're going to do a job this size. So here we are here. We're gonna put the drip over here, and then we're going to do, over here is DG, decomposed granite, this orange earth. And so we're not going to, obviously, there's nothing that's going to go in the DG itself where there's, like over here, we're not going to plant anything between here, but this will be DG. This will be DG over here. So wherever there's long spaces, we're just not going to plant anything, and so we'll put blank tubing that doesn't have any emitters in it. Over here, drip irrigation has been installed. You can see where it's actually been done right. Over there. And then we have the front entry to the home. Here's the flagstone that's been put into the DG. We're in Manhattan Beach, California right now, corner of Meadows and Curtis. And so if you do DG, you want to make sure that you do landscape fabric underneath it, because it's you don't want weeds growing through it. So we ran out of the DG, so we're going to come back later. This is what it looks like after it's planted, but before the drip irrigation. Before we cover it with mulch, we're going to make sure that we put the drip irrigation down about every 12 inches. That's the goal. And there's going to be a fountain over here where this red flag is. And so we put the valve in. It's the brass one on the right there. That's going to be for an autofill and also for a future light. That's what the wire is. And as we move along, we see over here, we've got the geotextile fabric down. And here's another tree. This is the Cercis. It's native to the United States. And then we've got some California native yarrow here. And these two-tone plants, these yellow and green, these are actually California natives called ceanothus. Another California native here, yarrow. Another California native called salvia. Yeah, so the more you can plant the California natives, the more you're helping our native pollinators. Just remember, if the pollinators die, they're going to take us with them. So we need to help the pollinators as much as possible. Give them a fresh water source, give them native plants that they need. So, okay, well, hope you enjoyed this. This is an overview of what you can do once you take your grass out. Really need to take out that grass because it's very thirsty and it's not doing anything but sucking up our most precious resource, which is water. So thanks for joining, and we'll see you again soon. Take care.